As soon as Mom and Rowley walked out the door, I knew I'd better start working on Manny. Manny saw me put that dumbbell under the pillow, and I knew he would tell Mom what I did. So I came up with an idea to keep him from snitching. I packed some bags and told Manny I was going to run away from home so I didn't have to face Mom for what I did. Then I walked out the door and acted like I was leaving for good. Goodbye, oh family. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. I got that idea from Roderick. He used to pull the same kind of thing on me when he did something bad, and he knew I was going to tell on him. He would act like he was running away, and then 5 minutes later, he would just walk back inside. And by that time, I was ready to forgive him for whatever he did. So after I told Manny I was leaving home, I shut the door and waited outside for a few minutes. And when I opened the door, I expected to find him crying in the foyer. But Manny wasn't where I left him. I started walking around the house looking for him. And guess where he was? Down in the basement, eating my candy. Anyway, if letting Manny eat my candy is the price I have to pay to keep him quiet, I can live with it. Saturday. After I woke up this morning, I went down to the kitchen. But one look at Mom's face told me that Manny sold me out. Manny told Mom everything. He even told her about our horror movies. Don't even ask me how he knew about that. Mom made me call Rowley to apologize. But then she made me talk to his parents and apologize to them, too. So I don't think I'm going to get invited back over to Rowley's house anytime soon. Then, Mom got on the phone with Mrs. Jefferson. Mrs. Jefferson said Rowley's big toe was broken and that he had to stay off it for a week. Then Mrs. Jefferson said Rowley is heartbroken because this means he'll have to miss the talent show tryouts, and he's been practicing his magic act with Scotty Douglas all week. So Mom told Mrs. Jefferson that I would be happy to fill in for Rowley at the tryouts. I started tugging at Mom's sleeve to let her know this was a terrible idea. But of course, she just ignored me. After Mom got off the phone, I told her the last thing I needed at school is to be on stage doing magic tricks with a kid who was in pull-ups a year ago. But Mom made me go through with it anyway. She took me down to Scotty's house and explained the situation to his mother. So now there was no getting out of it. Mrs. Douglas invited me inside, and me and Scotty went up to his room to start practicing. Well, the first thing I found out was that Rowley and Scotty were not equal partners in this act. Rowley was actually Scotty's assistant. I told Scotty there was no way I was going to be a magician's assistant to a first grader. But Scotty said it was his magic set, and he started throwing a big tantrum. So I just went along with the idea to keep Scotty quiet, because believe me, I did not need any more trouble. Then Scotty handed me this shirt that was covered with all these sparkly sequins, and he told me that it was my costume. It looked like something Grandma would wear to bingo. I told Scotty maybe I could wear something cooler, like a leather jacket, but he said that wouldn't be magic enough. Anyway, it turns out all I have to do for the act is hand Scotty a prop every once in a while, so maybe it really isn't going to be all that bad. But ask me how I feel again if we get in and have to perform on stage in front of 500 people instead of Scotty's baby sister. Sunday. I'll tell you one good thing that's come out of practicing this magic act with Scotty Douglas. It's given me a bunch of good ideas for more Creighton the Cretin comics. Rowley quit doing his comic strip, Zoo-Wee Mama, for the school paper a few months ago, because he said he wanted to have more time to play with his Dino Blazer action figures. That means the cartoonist job is open again, and maybe I have a shot.
실용회식 문장을 영어로 말해보는 스피킹 시간입니다. 오늘도 6문제 준비했고요. 자, 첫 번째, 난 그가 고자질하는 것을 막을 수 있는 아이디어를 생각해냈다. I came up with an idea to keep him from snitching. 두 번째, 엄마는 릴리의 엄마와 통화를 하셨다. Mom got on the phone with Riley's mom. 세 번째, 엄마가 전화를 끊었다. Mom got off the phone. 네 번째, 난 엄마의 소매를 잡아당기기 시작했다. I started tugging at mom's sleeve. 다섯 번째, 그는 생떼를 부리기 시작했다. He started throwing a big tantrum. 여섯 번째, 난 그가 무슨 일을 했든 그를 용서할 준비가 되어 있었다. I was ready to forgive him for whatever he did. 네, 오늘은 여기까지입니다. 감사합니다.